How would you like to suck my balls?
Welcome. You are now listening to Click Click Play. Please enjoy.
Fight!
Hello, welcome to Click Click Play episode 67, kind of close to the old 69. Well, hello, I'm Biggest Bennis. Joining me, as always, the one, the only, well, thankfully, Jordan Reese.
Level 69, Ben.
No, hey, how's it going, Jordan? Daily Mail Heartthrob,
Really hot.
I referred to you as on Twitter.
I'm what, heartthrob?
Daily Mail Heartthrob. Daily Mail page 3
Oh,
are
right.
you?
Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
so
up.
I just about to say we've just as we started right now, we've got Livid with us resub and Sun. We just had a host for 19 people from Sunshot. Thanks so much. We don't have alerts on the podcast because it goes on iTunes and various other things, but thank you very, very much. Yeah. Andre the Giant is here. Andre, look, wait. I've got something for you. You might not be able to hear this. You might not be able to hear this, but I hope you can. Wait, where is it? Andre the Giant YouTube star.
I'm assuming you put an echo there because no, we couldn't hear that.
Oh, that's a pity. If you're on Discord, you would hear that, but
Oh yeah.
we should maybe do the
Oh,
audio
well,
through
next
there in
time.
the future. That might be actually easier. But yeah, that sound. You're gonna listen to the podcast and enjoy that.
I will. I will definitely do that for
You
sure.
don't get the wonders of my
How's the
new.
new sound setup, Ben?
The new sound setup is amazing. In fact, yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
have heard it because I'm not even sending the audio. You're still getting the audio through my webcam.
Oh, God damn it. That's why we can hardly hear you all the time. Perfect.
Yeah,
This podcast is gonna be awesome. I'm glad to be back. I haven't been on this podcast in fucking
Yeah.
forever, it feels like.
we got.
Look
so
how
many
different
games.
Andre looks, by the way.
I know.
I shaved my beard.
What happened to the
He's been
mustache?
sheared.
Yeah, I decided not to go with the mustache. That's Melon's look.
Yeah.
I can't pull it off.
No, Melon's working, unfortunately, but Flighty Broad is going to be joining us from the E3 coverage fame. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay, now I know. I was wondering who that was, and I'm like, okay, now I know.
yeah. So, what have you been up to then, Andre? Tell us.
It was my birthday on June 13th, and I
Ooh.
celebrated by going out a lot and getting drunk a lot, and all week, like the entire week was just spent getting drunk and like going out and having fun, seeing a bunch of shows. It was incredible. I had a blast.
Nice. What shows did you see?
Uh,
Any famous
I
ones, or
saw-
was it all like kind of?
I saw
street
Drunk
shows?
Shakespeare. And it was a couple of really impressive Shakespearean actors getting wasted and doing Shakespeare together, and it's beautiful.
Sounds so hipster.
I went to. It's really fucking cool. I'd recommend it if you're ever in New York. It's cheap. It's like a really fun time. They give you shots when you walk in. It's great. Everyone gets drunk. Then I went to Sleep No More, which is an interactive theater that like is in New York. And I think one's in London. I'm not sure, but it's like a cool. They rent out this huge hotel, and they do like an interactive theater throughout, and you kind of walk around it. It's interesting.
Nice.
I
Sounds
saw
like
a couple Broadway shows, and it was I just had a full week of just bullshit. And now it's 98 degrees Fahrenheit. I just looked it up. It's 36 degrees Celsius for you
Jeez.
fucking dumb people.
normal
And,
people. People that like to divide by hundreds.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We like things tough. All right. You know, you guys want
yeah.
everything handed to you. Anyways, yeah. So it's hot as shit. So I have my fan facing me. Hopefully, it's not interfering. It doesn't sound like it's interfering, so that's good.
Yeah, mine's the same. Mine's like I'm aiming it at the door, then getting the door to kind of aim it at me, so that it doesn't just go all over the mic. Yeah, it's my birthday the other day.
Happy
Didn't go
birthday!
party. Happy birthday to you too. But yeah, 27th was mine. It was. I went to work. That was about it. I went to a Mexican. Exciting stuff. Jordan, when's your birthday? Oh, yours was kind of few months ago, wasn't it?
It was in May. Yeah, May 14th.
Ah. You were at a wedding yesterday or something. You
I
kept
was.
sending really weird pictures.
Like what?
You were like looking like some kind of seedy James Bond, Austin Powers, if you wish, if you will.
Nothing strange about that. I got dragged along to a wedding I didn't want to go to, so I thought I'll just fucking play up in all the pictures and lie on the floor and.
But you were really, appreciated there. Did they listen
Yeah,
to the
good.
podcast, the people? Because that would be kind of awkward if they do.
No, they're all like really basic, so they wouldn't dream of listening to anything like this.
No.
Yeah, this podcast is too niche and too cool for them.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah,
Talking
very
of cool things, let's do the cinema bit. Andre, have you seen Hereditary yet?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh God. I saw Hereditary. I saw that new Jurassic Park movie that was terrible. And yeah, Hereditary. Man, I love that. That's probably one of the best horror movies I've seen in a very
fucking
long
good.
time, especially in theaters. Like it's such a fucking twisted movie, and the ending just like blew my mind. It reminded me of The Witch. Like when The Witch ended, I remember thinking like, "Holy shit, this is just insane. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is happening." And that's I felt that exact same feeling watching this.
You just leave the cinema feeling like the world is really like a really bad place, and there's
Yeah,
some evil shit
hon-
going on.
Honestly, it made me depressed. I left the theater like, "Oh my god, like nothing works out. Everyone like, it's so scary." And some of the best acting. If that girl doesn't get nominated for like for something, like her scenes where she just like the camera slowly pans to her and she explains her mental health like entire timeline about her father and her brother, and it's just one continuous take going towards her, and she's like, and everyone just like is looking at her like, "Oh, this bitch is nuts. She's fucking crazy." I saw that on
Yeah.
my birthday. I saw that movie on my birthday. So
Nice.
like it was
Yeah,
just
I'd be surprised if she isn't at least nominated for like the Oscar because
Yeah.
it was incredible.
it was great.
So good.
Well, that's our weekly or fortnightly cinema podcast section.
Go see some films, Ben. Jesus.
Oh, I want to watch.
I know, right?
What did I did watch
There we
something
go.
the other day.
There we go. What is it?
Rampage, right? You said Rampage?
No, I think I watched some.
Skyscraper.
No, I haven't, but I've downloaded Glow to my phone so I can watch it on the way to work.
Oh,
season
Glow's
2.
great. I haven't started season 2 yet.
No, I mean,
I'm gonna start it
makes-
tonight. I'm gonna watch it in bed.
Oh, that's one of my favorite TV
I'm watching-
series.
I'm watching Better Call Saul right now. That is incredible. It is beautiful. I'm in love with that show. I watch it on all my commutes now, so I take long train rides
Yeah.
just to see that show because I can't watch it at home because I don't feel like it.
Yeah, my journey's just been extended thanks to a rail replacement bus service that everyone loves. Oh, it's just God. So I've got a extra bit of a journey. So I thought, I'll just download all the TV shows I want to watch. I'm going to watch Glow, and I'm going to try for a third time to get into that Altered Carbon, it's called, or something like that. I hear decent
Yeah,
things about
Altered
that,
Carbon.
so might
I
watch
saw one episode. It was interesting.
it. Yeah. We'll see. Well, all right. Well, should we go into the games section? Blighty's
should.
must be having some kind of technical difficulties. She kind of came in and then disappeared. But
All right, this one's for the boys. Please.
Yeah.
Do we have music for this yet?
Jordan, can I have some music for games?
No,
I
you need to
didn't-
fucking sort this out.
Always starting to get angry now. Games.
Oh
Not
my
working on your own
God.
sound system, and you have, why, where's the music between the fucking things?
I'll do it. I'll put an echo on it.
Oh,
Time
video.
The games.
There you go. I honestly that sounded amazing. So
Are we gonna sort out that stuff for next time?
You know what? Right after this, I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to the movies right after this. So never
What are you
mind.
gonna see?
I'm gonna see the.
Oh no.
Can I be your neighbor?
Oh, we can hear it.
somebody's here.
we hear a flighty saying, "Oh no,
And she's gone.
hello
We
flighty."
never heard from her again.
So I have been playing Final Fantasy 15, and it is great.
Yeah. How did you get giant wheels on your car? Is that a mod?
Oh yeah, No, it's one of the random fixes they did over the past couple years. Like the only reason I played it is like it's basically complete now, and like that car allows you to drive off road and stuff like that. It's awesome. That
I think
game
there's still
is
some stuff coming either this year or next, though.
yeah, that's what I hear. But I was just like, there's so many games I want to play. I might as well try to beat this now. Hello there.
Hey, it's the Flighty.
But what's it called? But yeah, like I never really got into a Final Fantasy that was 3D. So
No.
this is like the first Final Fantasy that I'm just like head over heels for. I think it's awesome. I think it's like one of the best looking games I've ever played.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's so easy. It's so simple. Like anyone can get into it, which is what I like about a JRPG. Like confusing JRPGs fuck me up too much.
I think there's loads of good
Yeah.
end game content as well, but I stopped playing it when I finished it.
I'm not gonna play any end game. I'm not very good at end game content. If it's not like important to like the main story, once the main story is done for me, like I find it so hard to get back into a game.
Yeah, I'm like that.
'Cause,
People
like-
are going like, "Oh, I played Detroit 4 times." Like, well, I mean, it was bad the first time, but even if it was good, I'd still have just finished it and probably never gone back to it.
Imagine
Well,
playing
like some-
Detroit 4 times. Fuck me. Oh
have
god!
to-
Unless you're playing it 4 times to see how quickly you can kill the Jesus robot. Like if that's the end game of that, fine. But like anything else, unacceptable.
No.
Trash.
How's it going,
Yeah,
Flighty? Can
talking
we
to Final
hear you?
Fantasy 15. See the Power Rangers mod.
Power Rangers. Yes, you sent a
I
video.
did see that. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Just fucking joyous. That made my day.
I didn't hear it. I didn't
Actually
see any
install it
sound.
just to do it.
So we are joined by Flighty Broad. Can you hear us? I'm gonna say no, but she is there, so we get to look at her. So
Look at her for a bit.
window dressing.
Yeah.
Let's. Any other games then, Andre? Well, you like Final Fantasy 15. What else
Yeah.
do you
Oh,
like?
I mean, I've been playing. I beat the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Oh,
my
Life is
God.
Strange 2 prequel.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, Jordan, you would love it. You would.
Don't think I would.
First off, the writing in it, it's so funny. At one point, I'm like, I literally thought like, oh, this is so subtle. It is incredible. And then they blatantly just like destroy. Like, let me set up the scene for you. Your dad is an abusive dad. He clearly beats you every once in a while.
Hilarious.
It's
Yeah,
kind of funny.
sounds really funny. This.
But like the
Good
way they
start.
handle it, was like you come to eat, and like I came into this game kind of blind. I just knew your dad was an alcoholic, but he just like looks at you and he's like, "So how's your arm?" And you're like, "Good," and that's it. And then they move on, and I'm like, "That was so beautiful. Like it was handled so well." And then the very next line after like a cool little silence is like, "You better not find any teachers." No teacher should look at your arm. They wouldn't understand. I'm like, why do you have to add so many unnecessary words to this right now? It was a beautiful moment.
Was it written by
It's a
David
really-
Cage?
Oh God, it might as well be. Like it's so not subtle at times, and like it's. I like the game. Like it controls better than any Life is Strange. Like you can see they're getting better with that technique of like the following the person behind, and like it's slow and shitty,
Mm.
and the character is likable. I think he's a little like. I don't know. I feel like I was way cooler at age 10, but I guess
You thought Chloe
he's-
was likable, didn't you?
likable. She was cool.
Oh, okay.
I
well,
like Chloe. All right? I understood her. All right. I'm
Yeah.
just like Chloe, you know, at the end of the day. But this kid is like, he's likable too. And like, it's kind of like sad. Like he's so hopeful for everything. And like, clearly like his life kind of fucking sucks. Like everything around him sucks. But he's like just pretending to be this superhero. And it ends with like, honestly, I had such a big smile on my face like when it ended because it just ends so hopeful. And then it just says pre-order Life is Strange 2. I'm like, God damn it. Don't remind me that this is just like a thing,
demo.
like an advertisement, yeah, for a fucking game that's coming out.
It's
And-
kind of-
Yeah,
I'm going
soon,
to
isn't
pretend to be interested and ask some kind of logical questions. So,
Uh,
is it kind of self-contained? Does it feel like you'll see more of Captain Cumpants, or is this it for him?
Pretty sure it's not for Captain Kirk. How has he gone through puberty yet, or is he like 9?
no, he's 10. He's 10
Oh.
years old.
Gross,
in this.
Ben.
Yeah, fuck, Ben.
Hey, I was that active at 10.
Fuck.
Everyone's got
Okay.
an uncle.
But what's it called? Yeah, because like the way it ends is like on a huge like revelation. You're like, holy shit, that's interesting. I want to see it. But like the thing that made Life is Strange 1 so interesting is the time travel mechanic. and they added something supernatural in this kind of. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, I'm gonna play
So
it.
does it kind of dance between whether he's got a power or if it's in his mind?
It's
Guessing.
it's clearly shown that it's in his mind. I think he's going a little crazy at times. I'm like, oh man, this isn't normal for children to be thinking. But I guess
Does it
like if
actually
you grew
introduce
up-
anybody from the second season?
I have no idea. Like, I mean, it says at the end, it says Chris will return in like kind of like an Avengers movie or a Marvel movie. It's like Chris will return in the new Life is Strange 2.
Captain
Oh, right,
Compants.
okay.
We're gonna
So
refer to
straight
Life
up,
is-
he's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So we're
I'm
gonna
like,
have to
I
refer
don't
to
wanna
Life is Strange 2 as Captain Compants from now on. That's gonna be. Speaking of Compants, Flighty, can we hear you?
Oh God, are you guys ready to start the podcast?
Yeah. What microphone are you
yeah.
using? What mic are you using, Flighty?
Say again.
I don't know if you're using the mic on your headset.
Hang on. I'm having a hard time hearing you too. Hi everybody.
Hello?
Hi. How's it
Hello?
going?
Hello. Don't know I got all
Hello.
Borat there. This is the first time you and Andre have met. Because Andre
Yeah,
knows
it's
Hi
time.
Andre.
Hey,
I'm-
I'm
What's
here.
up, Jordan? Good to see you.
Oh no, we're
Oh,
now
no.
double the Americans
Fuck you,
again.
Ben.
Oh, we've replaced Flighty is the new Manny. Well,
Perfect.
Oh, that's so mean.
I know.
Oh,
Sorry, Flighty.
Jesus.
Oh wait, that's
not
better. Yeah.
Is
So,
it?
Flighty,
Oh.
where are you from, Flighty? Where do you live? Tell me your
I live in-
address.
I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Oh,
Brew
okay.
City.
Awesome. How hot is it over there right now? Because it's 98 degrees over here.
It is so ridiculous. I can't
Yeah.
I can't handle it. It's like a fucking sauna up here in my studio.
How is it in Wales, Jordan?
It's quite hot, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
30 degrees, which is
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus
ridiculous for
Christ.
us.
Yeah.
It's freezing.
I'm
Fuck
by,
you.
You must be frozen.
Christ, I'm here in Barcelona and it's the coolest. It's like 27, something like that. Nice. But yeah. So, any other games, Andre, you've been playing?
I turned on Hollow. Oh, a cool thing. I was trying to get into my building, and I look on the ground, and I find a Switch cartridge on the
What?
ground for Lego Ninja.
Lego
so I
Ninja?
started playing that for like So I started playing it for like an hour, and I'm like, I get it, and I just got the points for it, and I'm gonna sell it today probably. But, like it was such like a unique find. I'm like, that's the strangest thing to find on the ground.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
How
so
was
I
it?
played that.
It reminds me when I bought a Vita TV and I bought it second hand, and when I took it home and plugged it in, it had some fucking anime sex game in it. Where you walk around like a high school and kind of shoot at zombie girls and their clothes fall off.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah.
How is that Vita TV?
But yeah, I played Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's cool. I want to talk about it later, but I'm trying to beat Final Fantasy right now. So
Mm.
once I'm done with that,
I got Hollow
and then I'm
Knight,
gonna get
actually.
into.
I got Hollow
Yeah,
Knight.
I saw you.
I played it a bit. I just, it doesn't have the charm of Celeste for me yet. Maybe I just need to play a few more hours and try and get into it.
I heard.
Well, I'm
I
going
heard
to
you
like it if
say
you keep
that.
on comparing this to Celeste. Really
It's a
takes you when
precision
you do that.
platformer.
I-
that's-
I can hear
2D.
I can see the similarities of them. Like they're both like precision.
Melon doesn't.
Flat- Yeah, well, Melon's dumb, so Melon likes Fortnite a lot, all right?
Yeah, I like Fortnite.
It's fair.
Oh, I was in
No,
game
wait,
when,
I
when
know
the
what's
rocket
wrong.
launched.
I love you, Melon. Love you,
like,
Melon.
Later, we need to decide our game of June, and I've looked through the list, and it's a fucking terrible month.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight is in there, and I'm kind of thinking, for me, that's probably what I would go with. But then it's weird because like Hollow Knight's been out for ages. I've owned it on PC for what feels like months and months.
Yeah.
But it feels like only now it's come out. Like everyone's reviewing it on the Switch, and
Really?
it seems
Yeah.
like there's a kind of mass interest in it now.
I mean, it's okay. But it's a lot more complicated than, it's a lot more complicated than Celeste because it's not just omnidirectional. And if you hold jump, you jump higher and stuff. So, and there's all these other weird mechanics. I haven't got into it yet.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, my food's here. I'm trying to buy Nier Automata. I want to play it. It looks awesome.
Why order food when you're on a fucking podcast?
See New York, boy.
Stupid American.
Anyway, Flighty, how's your wanking arm?
Oh, it's still out of commission.
Oh, no.
OOC.
Oh God.
I have been playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon. I actually got the recent what's the word, DLC for it, The Color of Madness.
Yeah.
It's been a good ride. It affords me more opportunities to kill the characters that I name after viewers.
Who's died lately?
Jesus.
Jesus.
I killed one of my IRL friends.
Oh, yeah?
Technically, that was his fault because he wasn't healing. Because he was absolutely the healer, and he just should have been on top of that.
Because I got killed through neglect, you told me, didn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just totally, I like looked away. I was petting a cat or something, and you just had your ass handed to you.
Oh, God. But what is that? Is it it's a turn-based game, isn't it, Darkest Dungeon?
It is, yeah. Which
Is
is
that-
even worse.
Yeah, I don't know how I got...
It makes it even worse.
Oh. Darkest Dungeon is on the Switch as well. I think it was on sale recently, but not enough for me to be interested in getting it. I've stopped buying games pretty much every week now. If there's a big game that's come out, I'll go and get it. But like for the next few weeks, I can't see myself buying anything. I pre-ordered Octopath Traveler, and then that's it. Like I don't need to buy anything else.
That's fair. The first step to addiction recovery is admitting that you have a problem.
Yeah, I do. I was buying crap. Luckily, Steam refunds. That was there. I don't know if I mentioned it on the last podcast. I think I did. That I played a game called Emergency Services Simulator or something. That was.
I remember
surprising.
Known that'd be bad.
Yeah. It was in early
Who knew?
access, but yeah, it was just really boring.
Early
Yeah.
access as well. Christ.
Early access.
Oh God.
It's called Flashing Lights. Don't waste your time. That was boring. Made an interesting
I don't think
stream
anyone
though.
was thinking about wasting their time because we all
It
have
was.
common sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it and I was like, oh, it looks like Goat Simulator, but for emergency services,
Yeah.
maybe?
And
You
I-
just sold me on it.
I
Give me 7 copies, please.
I think as a paramedic, there's one situation you go for that's repeated. Then I think if you're a fireman, there are 2, and if you're a policeman, I think there's just 1 as well. So it's a bit limited in what you can play.
Yeah, early access, unfortunately.
But our Darkest Dungeon, it's kind of like XCOM in that the players when they die, they're dead, they've gone.
Yeah, it's permadeath, and you have access to a graveyard, so you can see all the notches.
Oh, how many notches
of
have you got?
people that you've killed. Oh God, there's dozens right now. To be fair, that's like a legit mechanic of the game. It's supposed to kill
Mm.
a multitude of people. Just probably not that quickly.
And what happens if you lose all the people in your? Is there a game over, or do you just start from like with one character? Or
No, yeah, there's like a carriage that brings in new characters. So even if you lose everybody, you can get new people after every dungeon delve. So
Mm.
it's impossible to to game over a campaign that you're in.
Yeah. Oh, you played it, Andre. It seems like it's a Switch game, so you must have seen it.
That's like it's a game that like anytime I hear people talk about, I get stressed out. I'm like, that sounds like the most stressful experience.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm playing a Fallout Shelter on my Switch, and I'm getting stressed playing that. I'm like, I get too much anxiety. I'm like, I can't handle this. People are dying in here.
You get
So
Planet
the Darkest-
Coaster. That's a nice game.
Man, video games must just be an
Oh,
awful hobby to
I
have.
don't- it is the worst. It is the worst.
Amazing.
God.
There's too many people dying.
Yeah.
Any
These
other,
Nazis didn't do anything wrong to me, and I'm killing them all.
are there any other games you've been playing, Andre?
A little bit of PUBG on Xbox. It's still bad.
Oh, I saw somebody had
Cool.
yeah, they
No.
managed to glitch through a wall or something, and there was nothing around. It seemed like a complete glitchy mess.
For,
though.
for the first 10 minutes, there is no houses. You can just kind of walk freely, and the houses just come up, and like you're halfway between a wall, and you get stuck there for a bit, and you just jump out. It is really funny. It's like a funny game to just turn on and see how fucked up it is, and be like,
Jeez.
one day it'll be good.
Have you played any Fortnite on the Switch?
Me, yeah, I played it a bit,
Did
and
you
I
win?
think it's when I played it when it came out, like the day after it came out. I played a couple rounds of it. It's Fortnite. It's really cool that you can play it on the Switch. I think that was really cool, and everyone's bad at it because
Yeah.
everyone's playing on the Switch, which I enjoy.
Yeah, it was great. I went
But,
on there and I killed like 3 people. It was like, yeah. It's about
Yeah,
the first
it's
time
like,
I'd
this
ever
could be-
played
This
it.
should
with
be my
controls.
primary choice.
Yeah. Should give it a go, Jordan. All right, Mr. Jordan Reese, what have you been playing on the Switch? Oh, we've both been playing a game, haven't we? New balls, please.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that now.
Sure,
yeah.
why not? What do you think of Mario
Okay,
Tennis,
Mario
Jordan?
Tennis.
Because I think we both played
I only
different.
worked out earlier. It's called Mario Tennis Aces. I've just been calling it Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
No idea it had like a
Although
subtitle.
getting an
to it.
ace is pretty difficult in that game. Yeah, I think we've been playing
Yeah.
different parts of it because I've been playing the campaign. I've only played the campaign, and I think have you only
Yeah,
played
that's
the
the
online?
bad bit.
I quite like the campaign. It's really difficult, but it definitely teaches you how to play it.
Mm.
But I wait.
I
go
like
on,
the online.
go on, tell us. It seems really complicated to work out how to access the online.
You press online.
No, there is no
match.
online button.
No.
here.
No, it's like tournament or something. It's all set up around tournaments. You click on tournament, then click online. I think so. Yeah, sorry, it's 2 button presses. No one. And
But then there's
and
another,
the
there's
whole
another-
kind of
but there's like another online mode in another settings. If you in another like option,
you do like an
or-
exhibition or something. But I think most people are playing the online stuff via tournament. So if you win a match, that's not the end of it. You kind of you proceed to the next stage of it. But I found the game really hard, so I can win a match now and again, but I've never like won 2 matches in a row. So I'm not sure what happens if you win a tournament. I think you need to win like 5 matches or something to actually win a tournament.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I'll ever do that. It's quite difficult. So have you not played a competitive match at all then? You haven't
No,
played
yeah,
against
no.
anybody else?
I've been playing it only at work, and the Wi-Fi
Mm.
there is really patchy, so I just haven't bothered. But yeah,
enough.
it's
I get the impression they kind of rushed this game out a little bit. It's getting a lot of flack for being kind of featureless.
Yeah.
And just some odd choices in terms of like I compare it to Rocket League. So I'm constantly playing Rocket League on the Switch, and Rocket League you can literally boot up, and if you just keep on tapping A, you're going to get into an online match.
Hmm.
And I love that for an online game because that's exactly what you want to do. You just want to get into a match really quickly. And I'm not sure if Fortnite is the same. Is it pretty
Yeah.
like
straight away.
streamlined to get online? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way you can play. it.
Mario doesn't feel that way.
No.
Um,
They need a play online
you
button
kind
from the main menu just to kind of just to promote it as well.
it
feels
is there
like
then. It's called tournament.
Yeah,
But,
but it just feels like it's an added on. It doesn't. It feels like the exhibition mode or the adventure mode is their main thing, which when you
Yeah,
play it, you realize it
yeah.
actually isn't.
No, I do agree. As much as I'm giving you shit, I agree with you. It's a weirdly put together package that,
Mm.
like, clearly the main thrust of this game is going to be that online tournament mode. So it is weird that like adventure is at the top of that list. It's weird that you need to select a character each time. I think in this day and age, most people will want to pick one particular character and maybe have some customization options, which I don't think they're either, and have all that stuff there and ready to go for you to go online, but none of it's there. The single play mode, like I played some of that. I got to the Haunted Mansion bit. I just thought, I don't know, it just seems a little bit,
I've got
seems
to
a little
the
bit basic.
I've got to the final area and it's too difficult. But it feels like it's unfairly difficult. Like you're fighting against somebody and okay, I can't remember what their names are, but then their friends start crossing over and hitting the ball back. But it doesn't happen for you. And then now I'm facing some kind of Goomba while there's like exploding things walking around near me, but not around him. And then there's another
Yeah.
one where when you're playing a really tricky match, but there's a mast in the middle of the court, so you keep hitting it, or if you hit it, if they hit it, then it just bounces off in a totally opposite direction, and you've got to try and catch it. But then if you ever hit the mast, they don't seem to have any problem returning it. It just feels like unfair the entire time you're playing that game.
You know what? You're right, man. And I hate it because I was playing Dark Souls the other day and I was getting mad because like they have this giant sword. And
Yeah.
they're swinging at me. And I'm like, oh, why can't this dragon fly?
But if you're playing a game of tennis, if I was playing a game of tennis and the guy who I was playing against had all his mates running across hitting it back against me, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Well, I think what they're aiming to do with that adventure mode is to kind of, by the end of it, you should be a decent enough player. But
Yeah.
it's got to be fun for me to want to do that. They've tacked on some kind of leveling mode, like Mario's leveling up as I go
Oh,
along.
yeah,
I
it's
can't
an
really understand
RPG.
why that's happening. It seems like a mishmash, and for me, I reckon they just had a hole in their calendar. They needed to get something out. They had, because the core game seems really good. Like enthusiasts seem really happy with it, other than the fact that it isn't kind of, they haven't got the options that they want to set up matches and stuff. You can only have a 2-round match and wherever else. I'm sure that'll change over time. But it does seem like something that they kind of got at the door.
My favorite is one of the parts where we had to get a rally of 400 points, which is not as much because you tag them up, And the guy's like, yeah, if we get a rally of 400, I'll give you this bat. So we've got to get this rally. And then like every 5th shot, he's using his super, his special, trying to smash it past me. I'm like, wait, you want him to do a rally? Why are you using your super against me and sending it in the opposite side of the court? Oh, he was getting really
it's
wound
like
up.
full on Mario surreal stuff where like nothing makes sense. The story is obviously kind of comes second to them trying to set up gameplay loops, which is absolutely fine. That's not a problem at all. But I don't know. It doesn't have that level of like consideration that you expect from a Nintendo game at this point, considering they've just released Odyssey, they've just released Breath of the Wild. And then to go to this definitely feels like a bit of a B tier thing. But at the same time, then the core stuff does seem really good, and
very
the competitive
polished.
people like it. So hopefully that'll kind of flourish and keep people playing it, and then they can build the option set around it, hopefully. But just a little bit disappointing that Nintendo at this stage would release something like that. I guess they've got plenty of money, plenty of time, just make the games good. Yeah.
Are there any ways of doing
How
offline
much-
tournaments? Can you have tournaments against the CPU?
Yes.
Okay, that might be fun to play a bit. What about you, Flight? Are you a fan of tennis games?
The last time I played a Mario tennis game was for the first Wii. So,
Was that the last one that
I-
they? Yeah, when was the last Mario Tennis before
They,
this?
they made a Wii U one. They made
Oh.
a Wii U one that was very bad.
So a while
So
ago.
that's where I'm at. I'm definitely more of a PC gamer, so I haven't. A lot of Nintendo stuff sort of passes me by, which is actually really unfortunate because I'm a huge fan of a lot of their franchises.
We should.
I think you're okay missing Mario Tennis. You're not missing too much. Get on
Think
Breath of
so?
the Wild first, and then worry about Mario
Okay,
Tennis. But, like,
yeah.
like the last one that I played was the N64 one, so I'm in the I'm in the same boat.
This is my
Like, it's
first
not,
ever
I don't
Mario
think it's a
Tennis.
key franchise.
The last time I played a tennis game was a Virtua Tennis 2, I want to say, on an arcade machine in Castleford. So that's the last time I played a tennis game.
I had a good tennis game on my PSP when it first came out, and I imported the PSP from Japan and blew everybody's mind playing tennis like in the back of a car and on the bus and stuff. And nobody really, it's like before iPhones and things, nobody was used to you having a big
Yeah.
kind of bright screen in public. So that was cool.
My friend had one imported because he worked for Team 17, and I remember he got one, and it was like really like the very first PSPs, and it was like glass that was kind of screwed on as the top. It looked really like it would just fall apart at any point. But yeah, I remember going to York in the back of the car. We were playing some kind of racing game that was really bad, but it was awesome that you could play it in the back of a car.
Right, got to get that novelty factor out the way just real fast.
Yeah, I still got the Switch novelty factor. I don't like getting it out on the train or anything because people just look and they stare. In Spain, oh god, yeah. If you've got anything slightly different, if you're slightly different, they will stare at you. So if you've got something that's slightly different, they'll just sit there and they'll sit right next to you and look over and just watch.
So I need to
Very-
visit, huh?
Yeah.
Burying the lead there. Jesus Christ. It's like, yeah, if you look any different from everyone else here,
Yeah.
you're shunned.
Well, shouldn't or they just stare at you, and they don't like when in London and stuff you make eye contact, you're getting shanked. Here in Barcelona, you like people just walk past you staring into your eyes. You're like, oh, are they coming on to me or what? Are they just?
Oh God, it
Yeah.
sounds like hell.
Yeah, it's horrible. As a British person, it's horrific.
Don't look at me. Just
Yeah, don't you look at me. I want a T-shirt that says that. Don't look at me and get out my way. That's pretty much my commute to work. Oh, yeah, that's people for you. I don't
Wait,
just
so
stream
how
all
would the
day.
game compare to like ARMS? Say,
Oh, it's a game.
like I remember when ARMS.
It's an actual game.
Like I haven't played ARMS since release, but that
Okay.
kind of felt a bit of a mishmash in terms of modes and stuff as well. But I would say that ARMS didn't have like an adventure mode, did it?
No.
It had that like
Yeah, like a
10.
arcade mode, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to
Yeah,
win 10.
But like if you
matches
just
or something.
include the actual campaign stuff, I feel like ARMS had a bit more of identity, a bit more kind
Yeah.
of shape to it as a game. But then in terms of like it just became button bashing. I'm not sure if anybody actually got good at ARMS, whereas Mario Tennis has clearly got a lot of depth. And
I like the motion controls of the arms, but sitting in a little room using it, you get sweaty after about 5 minutes. It's not good. Are there any motion controls with this? I guess there are.
Yeah, so you can kind of do a mode that tries to replicate the Wii Tennis stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds dangerous. Well, let's skip around. Flighty, what else have you been playing?
Oh Jesus. I've been looking for a lot of games that I can play one-handed lately because of my fat hand.
Oh yeah.
Jordan literally jumped out of his seat. I want to hear the joke Jordan was about to say to them.
I'll send you my Vita TV.
Yeah.
No, and it really is unfortunate because it's my right hand and I'm right-handed, and I
So you can't
both
write.
masturbate the mouse with my right hand, so like I can't do anything fun.
Just as
with this
Andre was putting food
injury.
in his mouth, he wanted to laugh. So, oh, she did say that. Brilliant. Prudes aren't welcome in this
So
stream.
I've been eyeballing XCOM. I think it's the most recent XCOM that came out several years ago.
Have you got PS4 by
which-
the way?
No, I don't.
Because it's free this month.
I think you ask me that about once a week, and it makes me feel worse every time.
Yeah. Keep forgetting. You have to get one very soon.
I know. I need to get that root canal first.
Oh.
Ugh, root canal.
But no, I
But yeah, I was
I
looking
think
at
it's really good.
XCOM, and I know you've been suggesting Jackbox, but also I need to like wait until people come into my stream about 2 hours in before I feel like I can
Yeah.
play Jackbox.
Yeah, I remember when I used to stream it.
Usually
at the
when I get
beginning.
the jokes from everybody else about my fapping hand being broken, that's when I feel like I can open up Jackbox.
There is definitely a joke about your fapping hand being broken and the fact that you're called Jack and you want to play a game called Jackbox. I haven't quite worked
yeah,
out what it is, but
it's there. It's
It's-
there.
yeah,
absolutely.
I'll let the professionals deal with that.
Yeah.
But XCOM 2
None of us
was,
are comedians, so
XCOM 2 was on Humble Bundle, so you might be able to find someone giving it away, or 'cause I'm pretty sure it was on Humble Bundle
Ah.
a few months ago.
Yeah,
Hmm.
oh shit. I was gonna look at what I have, but I'm signed out and it's too hard typing right now. That's the
Oh.
worst part too. I can't like have internet sex or anything like that. It's just my whole social life is just fucked up because of this wrist thing.
ruined. What happened to your wrist? How'd you hurt it?
It's carpal tunnel. So
Oh, yeah.
basically I've been over masturbating and over playing games. And now I'm paying for my discretions.
Oh no! But you live with a few men, don't you?
I do. And they
What
have
is this fucking-
they've been really excited about my fucked up wrist. Let me tell you what.
Brilliant. So any other games? Oh yeah, we've not really been playing because you ordered Destiny, didn't you? And then your hand started playing up as soon as Destiny.
I
arrived.
did. I have it like downloaded and ready to go. But also, that requires two hands to play.
Yeah.
Or at least I could probably try to play one-handed, and then y'all can just carry me. I can
Yeah.
just face a corner and jump around.
You're not missing too much by not playing it right now. You're all right. What what about you, Jordan? What else have you been playing?
So I'm kind of in a holding pattern at the moment. I just want to play Octopath Traveler more.
Same here.
Obviously, that's not out for a week or so. So other than Mario Tennis, I've played a game called Duskers, which was sold to me online as the game that's kind of outside of Alien Isolation, I guess. The game that's closest to capturing the spirit of the Alien films, which are my favorite films of all time. So that kind of sold me on it. It's not cheap for considering kind of the low-tech game that it is. It's like 15 quid. But I thought I'd give it a go because I'd never heard of it, and the person that recommended it seemed to know what they were talking about. And it's really, really good. Before I kind of go into it, have you guys heard of it at all?
No, and it
Nope.
sounds like a flighty
I
game.
haven't. Yeah. Sorry. What was the name of that again?
Duskers.
Duskers.
Duskers. Oh yes, I have heard of that one. I haven't had a chance. So you say it captures the spirit of the Alien franchise, huh? Or at least the first movie, I think is what you said.
It's €10 right now. as
Yeah,
well.
probably the first two. Probably.
Okay.
So the way that this works is that you control. You start off with two, where you can kind of get more. You control like droids that you send onto derelict spaceships, and then it's kind of a top-down strategy game where you literally type in commands. You tell like droid A to open door C or to lock airlock 2 and all that kind of stuff, and then you have to basically go onto the ships and try to find as much like valuable materials as possible. Sometimes you'll find other droids which you can tow back to your ship. And you just slowly kind of build up your resources, fix your droids if they got injured during the mission. We were talking about XCOM earlier. There's similarities there, but it's really fucking nerdy, just completely kind of two-dimensional graphics. If you think about the displays that they have in Alien and Aliens, and the way that they, like, you know, you look at very kind of 70s/80s style technology and visual representation. It's that kind of stuff, just kind of color coded, just boxes, and giving you a visual representation of what's actually happening on the ship. You're not seeing it in like a 3D, in a kind of a 3D space or anything like that. There will be creatures on these ships, or like robots that have gone rogue and stuff like that. And when you get on the ship, you can't see exactly, like, until you do scans and stuff like that, you don't know exactly what's in there. So the first room that you're in will be safe, but anything after that could, you know, there could be no oxygen in there. As in, it could be a vacuum, or there could be like robots or aliens and stuff like that. So you just need to kind of work out, okay, what's the best, how is it best to proceed? And actually, do I need to go into that last room because my scanners are telling me there's definitely aliens on this ship? I don't know what's in that room. Actually, is it worth trying to get whatever loot's in there, or should I just get back onto my ship and go to the next derelict? But it definitely has that alien vibe, and I really, really dig it. And anybody's into those films, I would recommend it. Very good.
And is that a game you could play one-handed?
Yeah, it's a lot of typing. So you just type into.
Okay.
It's currently.
You'd be surprised how many games Jordan plays one-handed. It's
Totally, yeah.
Right, yeah, I feel like, you know, we should have a conversation.
It's currently on offer at €10, so it's half price.
There you go.
Oh,
So there you go.
yeah, I've been having conversations a lot lately because I am a bit of a horror buff. And
I was gonna say something else there, Flash.
I'm a little bit of a horror.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm a whore.
Well, also that too as well. I am a sex worker, but that's neither here nor there, fellas.
Yeah,
we can talk about rates later.
Encourage.
But I have been talking with a lot of fellow horror buffs in regards to how when things were on VHS and you had all of those like old slasher movies, you had like the alien flicks, and how like VHS sort of made them scarier because everything like
a
just
grainier
everything,
feel.
yeah, it was grainier, it was darker, just the lower quality images sort of added more to the imagination.
Yeah, totally.
And it looks like Dusker does exactly the same thing, in that, like, because your imagination is always going to be scarier than whatever it is that you're looking at on the ship, or whatever it is that's actually chasing you. So it looks
totally.
like
So
they definitely do that really,
You're just
really
getting
well.
like an electronic readout of, like, sometimes you like think something could be in a room with you and you won't even be able to see it because you're seeing secondhand knowledge of what's actually happening.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, totally agreed.
And it's just like with the scanners in the Alien movies,
Yeah.
like the alien is a dot on a screen,
Yeah.
but it's still really tense watching that little dot get closer and closer to the dot that represents, you know, the humans. So
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
anything that uses those kind of horror tactics are a win for me.
Sounds good.
Horror.
Horror. But yeah, I've also been playing. In fact, I've just bought a game while you were talking, because you reminded, when I went to look on Steam, there was a game that I wanted to look at called Wreckfest. Have you heard of that? It's like a destruction, like a destruction derby type game that was in early access. I think it was even a crowdfunded game.
Yeah, it was called something else before.
And it was
can't
apparently it
remember
was
what
like Dead in the Water, and then they've completely redone it. And I was watching Giant Bomb do a quick look of it, and it looked just really good fun. But it's one of those games where they were playing the campaign, I think, and they were all on like lawnmowers or something, smashing into each other, and like bodies were flying around, and just looks like a really crazy fun game. So I'm going to be probably playing that after the podcast. But I also played a game called Far Cry 5. brand new game, and
Oh, is that an indie title?
it is. It's a Far Cry from Far Cry 3. Hey.
Bad
But-
joke. Don't no more jokes, Ben.
I've been
You're not allowed to
playing.
do
I've been
that.
playing it just for like the goof that it is. Like every time I get a cutscene, I'm like, can I press escape to get rid of it? Because I don't care about the cutscene, and just been
Yeah.
clearing out outposts, doing the odd little side mission, burning cows and taking their testicles and like various other things like that. So it's a fun game. It's a fun game, but the story's kind of trash. I'm one of the reasons why I was fast forwarding as well is that Melum and I played a lot of it in co-op on his save file, so I'm kind of repeating myself. So even though I can't remember the story of what we did, it's just like okay, I don't. It's just it's one of the sons. I've cleared one region and I'm going on to another region right now, and just like playing that because I'm like Jordan. I'm really waiting for Octopath Traveler. I was so close to starting restarting Ni no Kuni 2 and just blasting through that, but I thought, no, I'm not going to play in like 2 JRPGs right after each other, and the chances of me finishing Ni no Kuni 2 before Eurotrash? No, Octopath Traveler comes out.
Eurotrash Traveler.
Eurotrash. Oh, it's like that's my
That sounds like a good
biography.
game. Let's talk about that one.
I'm pretty sure that's my biography title. But so when that game comes out, I want to be ready for it when it comes out, not be like, oh god, another JRPG to play. But yeah, I don't think we've had a Click Click Play podcast since I played Octopath Traveler, and I'm so in love with that game. I can't wait. So good. Did you play it, Jordan, or is it? No, I think. Yeah, I think
I
John.
think we definitely had a show where we
person.
talked about it, haven't we?
You guys did.
At least
Last show you did.
Last show. Did we have a? Yeah, maybe we did. But anyway, it's a
I
great
think
game.
maybe I had played it, and I'm not sure if you had, but
I think that's what
whatever.
happened. Yeah. I hadn't played it, but now I have, and oh god, that's great. Which people did you play as, Jordan?
I started off as the dancer lady.
Oh,
I
of course
found
you did. The stripper.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
One
Yeah,
number.
boy. It's a really sad story, Ben. You dick.
Yeah.
Then I found
Very
the
sad.
the honorable knight guy, and then I found the scholar guy.
Okay,
I
yes.
finished all of their their introductions, and then
Wow. You must have done it quite
called
quickly
it
then.
a day, or the game told me to call it a day. And now I'm just rearing to get back into it.
Yeah, I did the thief. I can't remember what his name is. It's Oterion, and then Ophelia. Don't know what she's called. She's like the spiritual leader lady, god botherer. And then I did my final one was with the scholar, but I only got like halfway through with him before they said nope, no more. But that's so good. But it like kept getting to 3 hours, and every time I was saving it at 3 hours, it wasn't like putting the timer up, and I was like, oh, am I going to lose all this save? But it gave me like an extra 20 minutes or so to play it, and then they said, yeah, you can buy it, and so I did.
You
And I've got it
fuck off.
I've got it preloaded already, and it's not out for like another 2 weeks. Gotta wait. But that game is going to be so much fun to play on the go. Like a nice chilled turn-based game that you can just pick up on the train to work for an hour, then pick it up on the way back, and I can't wait. Yeah, looking forward to that. Is there any? It's only
Awesome.
Switch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Switch exclusive as things stand.
But I've never played Chrono Trigger, but I'm getting the Chrono Trigger vibes from it.
I've only seen Chrono Trigger in screenshots, but I'm getting the same vibe.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
Chrono-
ever played Chrono Trigger. I've played Chrono Cross, which, as I understand, has nothing to do in terms of,
I-
theme or
I heard that
style.
you know, when the Chrono Trigger came out on Steam, it was like completely trashed.
The
because
cell phone. It was
Yeah.
the cell phone release.
It was the phone version, but they seem to have made loads and loads of changes to this, like constantly. They got rid of the text, I think, from the phone text, and I think they've even removed anything that could be misinterpreted as like touch controls. So
Yeah.
it seems like that's pretty much the old version now, or as close to it as you're gonna get.
Or you can go online and download an emulator and play it the way it was meant to be played on a cell phone, like me.
You played Chrono Trigger on a cell phone?
I played all my JRPGs on a cell phone
Wow.
for free. I played Final Fantasy VI last year, and then I played Earthbound 3 this year. And it is great. Earthbound 3, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes up for the Switch, but it's great what I've played of it.
Sounds awesome.
But
Okay,
It's kind of
Jo-
like Octopath Traveler. It's like a bunch of characters who kind of like have separate stories and then they intertwine. It's really interesting. Anyways, moving on. Sorry.
okay, Jordan, you're normal.
Thanks.
How's okay normal, Jordan?
It's okay.
Is it how does it make you feel?
Normal.
Wow, it must be quite a powerful game then. What's it
Okay.
about? What is it?
So OK Normal is just like a little, like really small scale indie game. I think it's just a one man dev team, or at least that's the way it comes across on Twitter. The whole thing about this is nostalgia for PS1 era. I would say specifically PS1 kind of graphics, so that it kind of looks like a mid to low tier PS1 game. It's like something that you might have just played on a demo disc and then never saw the game in the shop or something. But then it's also really surreal. It doesn't. I haven't finished it, so maybe it all comes together at the end. But I get the sense that they weren't really going for like a consistent plot or a theme throughout it. It just seems like they're trying to evoke a particular feeling. The levels kind of just tend to some of them it'll be like you need to collect 10 of these things and you're just kind of hopping around a stage with kind of janky PS1 type controls. Other levels it'll just be kind of a bit of dialogue that doesn't really make much sense to you, and you can move around, but once that dialogue's over, the level will come to a close. So it's very much like an art piece. But for me, as somebody that really started to connect with video games in the PS1 era, it's kind of cool, but also worrying, I guess, in terms of my increase in age, that I think we're finally at the point where we're moving on from it just being kind of 8-bit, 16-bit, that we can look back and have that nostalgia for. We're actually starting to look at PS1 era now and potentially N64, I guess. And that's such a different style because it's very hit and miss. Not a lot of PS1 games look good in 2018. So to try and where you can take a sprite from a SNES game, and if it was well designed at the time, it's still pretty much going to look good now, and it's going to have a bit of charm to it. Whereas even the best, as much as I think the Metal Gear Solid is a piece of art, and as much as I think the Resident Evil 2 is a piece of art, I'd be hard pressed to sit here and tell you that they're, somebody that's never played them and doesn't have any feeling towards them could look at a still image of it and think that it's a good looking game in 2018. They're not.
No.
So I think it'd be interesting to see how people bring that into the present and kind of let them, how that will influence games now, and little things like this that they make. I don't think there'll be as much of it, just because there's so many people with nostalgia for the SNES era and for the NES era. And like I said, it's such an inconsistent period. We were in until we got to PS2, 3D graphics look really fucking wonky. But at the same time, it's cool to see people pushing artistic boundaries with it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. It tends to be remakes of that era now, doesn't it? I mean, you don't get many remakes of the old 8-bit, 16-bit stuff. With PS1, it's just like, let's just remake that game again because
it kind of ties into because they don't play that well anymore. They don't look that if you blow them up, they don't look great,
Yeah.
But then we've got to counter that. We've got in line with that, we've got Resident Evil 2 remake coming out.
Yeah.
Which looks fucking incredible. But I'll just leave that at that.
I don't have any nostalgia for that. I played the first demo a lot. And that was it. I've also played a really cool.
Are you scared?
Not really. Oh,
What's
there was
the demo?
one bit.
Does it start? Is that when you start right at the start of the game?
I think so, and then a dog jumped out of nowhere, and that scared me. I remember, or something.
Okay, Ben, move on.
Yeah. The Sims 4 I played a bit of, because it's
move on again.
for biggest brother. And kind of, why is The Sims kind of getting away from this? You know how Battlefront's been. I mean, it's EA, so obviously it's going to be like trash in its like DLC stuff. But how can The Sims get away with all like the price of their DLC that they release? It's crazy. Like there's a seasons thing, so they're going to add seasons where, okay, it's going to snow and it's going to be autumn and there's going to be rain and stuff like that, and they're charging something like €40 for that.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But then they release like an expansion every 6 months or so and charge €40. Then they release these stuff packs that are, I don't know, 5 or 10, and then they release some other, DLC. So they have expansions, DLC, then stuff packs, and then pretty sure that they had stuff packs or DLC for one of their expansions. It's just, if you want the full Sims experience, don't you have to pay well over €200 or £200 or whatever? Just seems like how are they getting away with that?
I think everyone
Yeah.
in the gaming community has just collectively decided that if you're playing The Sims, you probably deserve it.
I mean, you should like if you play like the Sims, the Sims
Oh, you've been watching my
main
streams.
game. You know what? I think if you're fine with that, then like it's fine. It's a really, well-designed game for what it is. I think what they do is that they have a really good marketing team that's like, oh man, wouldn't it be great if it snowed in your neighborhood? And like kind of because like I don't need that in my Sims 4. I don't need that at all. So like they're not gonna get that, that money from me. But
It'll
like
be-
if somebody has been on board with the Sims since the first game, they're probably not gonna even think twice before they drop that money. So
It'll be
they're
interesting
probably
to see
just
how many. I'd like to see how many people play The Sims and not any other games, or if they do play The Sims, how often they do, and if it's like their own, like Fortnite. Some people I've paid probably I spent maybe over €100 on Fortnite in the last year or so, just on like random skins or the battle pass and things like that. So maybe it's kind of like that. If you're playing The Sims, you're playing it all the time. I know some people that only stream that and only play it, and how many kind of non-gamers are ones that do play The Sims.
I think I don't know what the metrics are like now, but The Sims used to be fucking huge. If you look at sales figures across a year, for the previous versions, they were massive. And I think anecdotally, it just seemed to be that there was this subset of people, like pretty casual people who probably don't play a lot of video games, but they did play The Sims, especially because it's kind of a PC-centric title as well. You probably got like a work PC, and you can install The Sims on it and just play it. But I think because that subsection is so far removed from the hardcore crowd of video game people, there's no uproar around kind of the way that they release their packs and stuff. And at the same time, the way you described it, I'm sure it's different, but the way you described it doesn't sound too different from Destiny.
Yeah, with the expansion and the DLC, I was thinking that when I was saying it actually. But I mean, Destiny for €40, it'll add an expansion pack with brand new worlds, new raids, and all this stuff. The Sims adds weather and some dates, and you can have parties, themed parties, I think.
Yeah.
It just seems like, and
Well,
especially these stuff in DLC, they're just adding some like different colored wallpaper and some stuff that you can put around your house. It just seems.
You know what?
Right.
You're talking about this as somebody who spent hundreds of dollars on shirts for their hats for their character on Fortnite.
100, maybe 100.
100. It's still. Have you bought the real game? Have you played the actual Fortnite, or have you only played Battle Royale?
I have played. My friend bought a duo copy and gave me it, and
Oh, okay.
it's trash.
We
Is
should
that-
also keep in mind who owns The Sims.
Exactly. So I'm saying, yeah, we know. Yeah.
And they have the money to have that excellent marketing team, and they're also
Yeah.
really good at knowing their base. Why do people play The Sims? They play them to, play God over their cute little characters that they'll design after themselves, or movie characters. I'm actually following a girl on Twitter who made a house full of the Avengers, and she's like documenting their adventures. It's actually pretty hilarious.
There are
And people who like to build stuff.
Yeah.
So
Um,
sad people. Sad people.
Rosie Rabbit is an amazing lady. She streams.
She is an incredible, like,
Jeez, you
whoa,
should
the
see.
amount of time and effort and detail that she puts into her builds are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. She built like
Um,
kind of a Disney castle. Like it was just incredible. So yeah, but also I mean this is EA as well. They're the ones and also managed to kind of dodge the loot box scandal with their FIFA packs. Because they were like one of the original loot boxes, the FIFA Ultimate Team. Because that was kind of I mean, loot boxes obviously have been around since Pokemon cards. Before that, the Tazos and that. But yeah, the FIFA Ultimate Team one, the people are spending thousands and thousands. That was was that the first online loot box kind of real addiction that people had, was with the FIFA Ultimate Team. But whenever you talk about loot boxes, it's always Call of Duty or Star Wars Battlefront. But you look at FIFA Ultimate Team, where it's aimed at kids who are spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on these packs that open up that could have their footballer in there. Yeah, they managed to dodge that.
Well.
Oh well, yeah. Any other games anyone's played? Okay, news time. Right, let me get my FX on here again. We don't need Jordan to sing when we've got this. Right, here we
Oh,
go.
Jordan sings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
It is.
Jordan.
Jordan,
Jordan,
it's too
Reese,
hot.
sing us a
I've been even if
Too
song.
hot.
months and months when Ben was supposed to be fixing the songs that we've already got. But I want to
Things
make quite nicely
make-
together for us.
Tell Jordan if you
God,
Jordan if you sing.
I made this one already. Did you
John,
lose it again?
which one?
I made an interstitial for the news, right?
Did you? Oh,
Do you not have it?
maybe I forgot to add it. I think you maybe did
God.
send it, and I've got to add it. So Jordan, let me give you a sound effect, and if you
I won't
introduce,
be able
the
to hear it, Ben, will I?
you will when you listen to it again, as I know you always do. Are you ready, Jordan?
I don't know. What am I singing?
For the news. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and just
Thank you so much for that.
Okay, Jordan. What's in the news this week?
Let's have a look. Is it? So, PlayerUnknown Battleground has dropped their lawsuit against Fortnite/Epic Games. Who saw
Oh.
that coming? Discuss.
Well, yeah,
Just trying to be a bully, huh?
they've dropped it. Yeah. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, they dropped it. That makes sense. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're owned by the same company, right? So like at the end of the day,
Uh,
they had to drop it.
I think they run.
And plus, it's like they are very different games just because they have the same basic mechanic. You can't sue first-person shooters for being first-person shooters, right?
No, I think this was they sued them because when PUBG was being, I think it was when PUBG, they helped Epic Games, I think helped PUBG make the game, and then Epic Games kind of took some things that they learned while creating PUBG and put it into Fortnite. So there was there was like it seemed like there was some grounds for them suing them, but now they've stopped it. So who cares? PUBG is still the second most played game, or third, maybe. I don't know if that Realm Royale's overtaken it yet, but it's still a really popular game.
What was the purpose of the lawsuit? What intellectual property were they trying to protect? What were they trying to get out of that?
Malk in the chat says it was the use of PUBG's name in the advertising. I'm not sure what that was.
Oh yeah. When Fortnite came out, fuck, I forgot what the advertisement said.
Fuck PUBG, play this game.
Basically, it basically said that.
It kind of is a little bit shitty when you think about they did have a working relationship. So the PlayerUnknown guys were using Epic's engine to build their game, and then it is a little bit insidious if you think about then Epic kind of saying, "Oh, okay, you're using our engine for this. That's a really good idea. You're making loads of money. We're now going to do our own." But at the same time, yeah, don't mention them necessarily in your adverts. But
yeah,
I think I said this at the time. It's really rich coming from a game which was initially a mod of a different game anyway. It just doesn't make sense from a high level creative standpoint, I guess, for video games to get better and people to kind of riff on things like Fortnite. I reckon this time next year, Fortnite won't be what it is right now. I've got to assume that it's going to peak at some point, and something's going to replace it.
They seemed looks like the people that were there just seemed to know exactly how to give the fans what they want. Like the other day, I was there's been a countdown. I don't know if you've seen.
What's that rocket thing? What does that do?
Yeah, so I was in game when that countdown reached 0, and there were loads of people in the game. I played a game of 50v50, so I could kind of just stand in an area, and I knew I wasn't going to get killed by people, and I could watch it. And I stood on this. So there's been an evil lair with one of the updates at the beginning of the season, and I stood on the mountain next to it so I could watch it. And yeah, as soon as it hit 0, a rocket shot out of the ground, went right up into the sky, came down and was about to hit Tilted Towers, and I think everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna destroy Tilted Towers." All of a sudden, some kind of electrical crap kind of grabbed the rocket. The rocket just disappeared, and then it kind of appeared at another part of the map. Was then shot across the map, while everyone was in there just pretty much open mouthed about this. And then it went and disappeared again, and then it shot. I believe maybe it went through another cycle, and then it kind of just shot in the air, and then cracked the sky. And now there's this big glowing crack in the sky, and they've data mined it as well, and some people have found Roman skins, so they think that the next season's going to be like time traveling, and there are different people from different periods. It's going to be like that theme. They just seem to know how to keep it interesting, which I
So
find.
that was just a one-off event, then, not like a set piece that's constantly in the world.
No,
now,
it's just for that
happened
one
at a particular time.
one day at that one time.
Okay.
Everybody that was in the game
That's
saw
really
that.
cool.
Yeah.
That is really, really cool.
From the
when it
footage
hit-
that I've seen,
Mhm.
it
Yeah, go on.
looks like what I saw. It looked like they were trying to simulate cracks in a dome. So like
Yeah.
everybody is inside of this battle dome.
Yeah.
That was what I got. Like it didn't seem like there was a crack in the sky because of the perspective of some of the cracks. They sort of like were sort of domes.
Yeah, so I read it as it hit the force field, the blue force field thing, and that it almost seems to suggest to me that potentially they'll be changing that up in terms of how that stuff works. But then obviously it's so key to the game that the map area gets smaller and smaller. I can't see that changing all that much.
And I like
Sure.
the fact that the rocket went all the way up into the air and like disappeared and then came back down makes it imply that the crack was a lot closer than where the rocket all the way went up to. I read it as is like a crack in time, and we're gonna get some kind of like things from the past. It should be cool because maybe they'll have kind of really old fashioned, maybe like an amphitheater or something might suddenly spawn in the next map when they're updating it. I don't know, something. They always manage to keep it really fresh and exciting, and I'm always looking forward to it. Every week they have an update, and I play the challenges, and there's always some like new things that they've added, and it's just if it does go downhill, it'll be disappointing, but so far they're constantly managing to keep it fresh and interesting, and it's going from strength to strength, I think.
There's no question about will it go downhill. It will. I guess it's just how long they can keep bolstering it, I guess. And they seem to be doing a really good job. Like it just drips with quality. Like every decision that they make just seems kind of classy is probably a strong word for when we're talking about Fortnite, but I don't know. Like you said, they seem to be doing the right things. It's intelligent moves, like really really subtle things like this. I didn't realize that was like a one-off event thing. I think that's really cool. So yeah, maybe in a year's time it'll be even bigger than it is now. But at some point, given the size of what it is, people will drop off, or the next thing will come along.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, is that next thing another battle royale game, or is it something else, or something that riffs on that?
Yeah, the one thing, there will be a point when it drops down, but I just don't know. I like the fact that there's only one map, and I really hope they don't ever decide to just kind of scrap the map or put a second map on there. But I think they've kind of learned from PUBG, because I think that's when PUBG went downhill, is when they brought the second map out, especially when the first one was so glitchy.
They've clearly got like a really good hold on how they can change that world quickly and like dynamically. So there's no reason for them to give a new map, I guess. I think that map's a little bit small, or maybe small's not right, but it's cluttered, I've always found when I've played it. But obviously nobody else seems to care about that, so I can't see them changing it. But yeah, the little small changes that they make, like dynamically and intelligently, I think that's the way to go with it.
Yeah. I quite like it being a bit cluttered, because a lot of it is about getting resources to build, so you always have to finding whereas it's not like PUBG where it's a really big open field at some point, so okay, I'm gonna have to get from here to there, but there's nothing in between, so what I've got is what I've got. I'm not going to be able to farm halfway through, so it definitely plays differently. But I really look forward to the next season, which kicks off. In fact, I think when we do our next podcast, the new season will have kicked off, or the next Click Click Play podcast anyway. There we are. I'm going to be playing Fortnite in Norway. I booked tickets. Going to be there at the end of August, over a Sunday. So I don't know how we're going to do that, but maybe there'll be no podcast.
OMG. Next bit of news. Somebody's put this in here. I disagree that this is news, but I'm guessing Audrey's put this in here. Xbox games with Splinter Cell Conviction.
I am predicting that Splinter Cell is coming out this year. A new Splinter Cell game is going to be announced this year. They've been teasing it so much, and now this is happening, and this is like the final.
Isn't Splinter Cell Conviction an existing game?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in. So what I'm saying is, it's in our news section. It says Xbox games with gold, Splinter Cell Conviction. So
because I wanted to bring up the fact that I think that game is coming out. That at least if they're like gonna announce it this year, like all the breadcrumbs are leading to that.
Oh, I see what
guarantee
you
you-
mean. So the fact that it's on. So
Hmm.
first of all, is Splinter Cell the latest Xbox game for gold? Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that
Oh
fair?
yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that suggests a new Splinter Cell game, I guess.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, that makes sense.
That's all I'm saying.
No, especially with the Splinter Cell in Ghost Recon Wildlands, they're definitely hinting. I think they're testing the water. Maybe they wanted to
I
announce
think the
it at
game's-
E3, but it wasn't ready.
Yeah, it's probably coming out first half of next year, I would guess.
Yeah, maybe next summer.
There's way too much smoke for this to not be a fire with this one.
Yeah. What about you, Flight? Are you a
Um,
Splinter Cell fan?
I was. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
been a
they
very
haven't had a
long
game out in
time.
a while. Was Blacklist any good? I think I remember playing it and enjoying it for the short
What
time
is
I
the
played.
best Splinter Cell game? Like, if I wanted to play a good one, what should I play?
Chaos Theory. Chaos Theory is the best Splinter Cell game.
What is that? Is that like a 360 era game?
That is it came out it's like one of the last games that come out for the original Xbox. I think it's backwards compatible now. Yeah. It
Is there a
looks
decent PC version? Do you know?
yes, there is. I'm pretty sure there is.
Okay.
But
mean,
it is
Blacklist
looks
was kind of fun.
incredible. Oh, Blacklist is great. Those newer ones are fine. But like if you want like what everyone loves Splinter Cell 4, like that game is like everything that's good about Splinter Cell.
It's like a better Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, you're an idiot. It's a better stealth game, I would
yeah.
probably say. But then to call
That's the
Metal Gear a
main
stealth
mechanic.
game is a bit reductive, isn't it?
Mm.
Um,
It's about, what is it, global warming, isn't it?
yes, it's about global warming. Then
Oh, I used to wind up so many. We need to do.
sausage.
One thing I'm actually doing when I go back. I'm going to go back home as well in August for a few days. I'm going to try and bring back my PS1 so I can, and all my demo discs for the PS1. And I've found a way of streaming that so that I might be able to play some really old games. Maybe Metal Gear Solid
be fun.
2.
next bit of news. Apparently, Telltale. I'm not sure if this got confirmed later on, but reports say that Telltale's engine is going to be renewed in time for the Stranger Things release. So I think the thought is that the last Walking Dead series will be the last release that's on the current engine, and then everything will move over to. I'll need to check, but they're using like a mainstream third-party engine.
I hope so.
Which is good news because like I haven't been able to play a Telltale game in years now. They were so kind of it was less about the janky stuff. It's just more like considering the different types of titles they were dealing with. So like, you know, Borderlands, Walking Dead, Batman, they're so different. Those titles should be so distinct from each other in terms of tone and stuff, but they're not really. If you play them, like everybody acts in a similar way and people talk in a similar way. I think they need to change it up. It's probably not just an engine thing; it's like a creative thing as well. But I'm sure changing the engine will help them, at least in terms of probably making the games to a better standard in a short amount of time. But I'm not sure whether they've kind of missed the boat now. Like there was a time where every license wanted to get a Telltale game out. I reckon that's probably dried up for them now. Like getting Stranger Things is a big get, but I'm not sure who else would really be kind of cute. You know, I reckon gone are the days of you know Game of Thrones and Batman really wanting to really dying to get a Telltale game. I reckon they need to chase people now to get that stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I'm quite tempted to do like when this last season of The Walking Dead comes out. Quite tempted to do a run through of those because I've only ever played the first one, which is obviously amazing. So probably quite like to finish off that story arc and see what happens to Clementine. I feel like I should probably do that.
Have you ever played those
They're
Flighty?
great.
Any Telltale games?
No, I actually don't I don't keep up with current like TV, and it seems like Telltale seems to specialize in like they have The Walking Dead and they had the Game of Thrones stuff going on there, and those just weren't things that really stuck with me.
I kind of enjoyed the first Guardians of the Galaxy one. I actually bought the
Oh, I
full
didn't know
season, but I never played anything.
I
other than
totally
the first
forgot there was
episode.
even a Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
fucking Telltale
yeah.
game.
I
So
had no
that shit,
idea.
it was too much of it. Way
Yeah.
too much of it.
And you play the worst games.
I do, and I can't wait to play
Ben.
Wreckfest after the stream, after
God,
the
you're
podcast.
the worst person.
I have
Yeah,
to.
the new engine is apparently Unity, so it's the biggest third-party engine. So yeah, all fun over there. Amy Hennig then Ben left
Yeah.
EA. So obviously she had a big kind of narrative focused Star Wars game being made. She's now left. You've got to assume that that is now canned. Am I right in saying that was kind of the spiritual successor to the, was it Star Wars 13?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, spiritual successor for a game that was like canceled. I guess it's just more like a.
We got like a 10-second look at it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, totally, we want that." And then that got canned, I guess, with Disney purchasing Lucasfilm.
It's weird.
And then this was supposed to be kind of look, this is our new big narrative Star Wars game, but yeah, so she's fucked off. I read.
She's starting her own indie studio, but like she doesn't want more than 15 people working there. She just wants to kind of make some smaller games now. So these can be kind of really interesting, small, definitely really heavily story-based games, I'm guessing, because she's awesome at writing them.
I also read today as well that she's not completely against the idea of working on another Uncharted game. So I reckon whenever they come around to,
yeah, they've got her.
I'm not sure whether there'll be some kind of spin-off game that comes out, you know, in the near future. But whenever they come to make that big new Uncharted game, spoilers, probably with Drake's daughter, I reckon potentially they could get her back on board for it because she's clearly an amazing talent, an amazing storyteller. So potentially by then she'll be in the position to kind of work on the script and stuff like that. But yeah, fuck EA, really. That's all I'll say about that.
That can be the theme of this podcast. Fuck EA.
Next bit of news then. So the developer that's working on Dying Light 2, which was one of my big kind of takeaways from E3, I think that game looks fantastic. And if you actually look past the trailer and stuff and look at the amount of talent that's working on that game in terms of story, people that have worked on the best RPGs in the world, really, really excited by that game. And this bit of news as well, that the developers in an interview said that they would prefer to target 60 frames a second on console rather than try to do a kind of a 4K visual, which really strikes a tone with me because I think outside of like the Sony first party stuff, and even that generally I'll go for a 1080 mode, like nobody seems to be doing the 4K stuff right on console. I'd much rather have a really smooth, whether it's 30 frames or 60 frames a second experience, and have a 1080 image blown up on a 4K TV. So I think it's really good that's their kind of mindset for this. And again, just really, really looking forward to that game. It looks so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm glad with that. 60 FPS is like once you start playing games at 60 FPS, you can really tell it when you play 30. I think for me, I've mentioned this before, but Watch Dogs 2 was only 30 FPS, and there was so much going on around me. And I think what's the one with the mechanical robot dinosaurs? Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. That was another one that was at 30, and there's so much going on. It felt like it could really have benefited from being at 60.
But you can play that one at 4K as well, which obviously takes the frame rate down lower. So that's a key example of a game that I played at assumedly 1080 to kind of get a decent frame rate. And yeah, that game would look so much better at 60, but kind of had to, you know, it's kind of rare that you get big, huge AAA experiences like that do run at 60 on a console, but you always need to make that kind of handoff, I guess, in terms of what resolution you're going for and then based on that, what frame rate can you get? And you know, realistically, it either needs to be locked at 30 or you need to be running that game at a really decent clip to lock it at 60. What I hate is to see a game that is consistently kind of varying in terms of the frames per second. I'd much rather play a consistent 30 frames a second experience than something that is 45, for instance. The averages of 45. That really feels strange to me when I play games like that. Last bit of news then is probably the big one that we can have a discussion around. So all this stuff around crossplay with Sony. A new challenger has entered the fray in the form of Todd from Bethesda. So he has actually said that, or he's implied, he hasn't really given us too much detail, but he's basically implied that in terms of crossplay for the upcoming Fallout game, Fallout 76, it seems to be Sony that surprisingly are the ones that are dragging their heels with that one in terms of getting some crossplay on the go. So obviously this is going to add to the firestorm that's currently surrounding Sony due to the issues that they've had with kind of Fortnite. So Ben, I know that you're kind of really happy with this because it's going to add to the pressure and potentially get some kind of policy change
Sony
going through.
I'd love that. I mean, for me, the main thing is get rid of that stupid account lock on Fortnite. It's just ridiculous.
That's what I wanted to kind of talk about a bit because, like, I think we talked about it on the last show. Like, that isn't a crossplay issue. I
No.
don't. It seems like all the fury from this problem is coming from the locked out accounts, which I completely understand. And like I said on the last show, I think in my mind, I reckon that should be illegal. Surely, like I don't understand how
It sounds like it
how
was
Sony could.
I think Epic were very stupid when they originally got that and maybe agreed to it, or maybe they signed the contract when before they got the Battle Royale thing, and they'd agreed that okay, yeah, because when the game first came out, before the Battle Royale was there, you could play it on PS4 and on PC, even though you only had one copy, and I thought that was really cool. And I bet they said, yeah, we'll let you do that, but we can't obviously let them use Xbox, or they can't use another console, because otherwise then they'd have like 3 copies of the game. And I bet like it stemmed from there. Now Sony have gone like, hey, you made that contract. You made that contract. So that's where I think. But then because they weren't expecting this Battle Royale. I mean, I don't know when they started. I imagine like when that game came out, they were already designing the Battle Royale. But I mean, it just seems like Sony have kind of kept saying to them, hey, remember that contract? You can't. We said there's only one way they can play this game. If they've got one account on Sony, then that's it. You can't go and suddenly change and move everything over to Xbox. It seems like that's what's caused this, but they just need to stop it. They could stop.
I'm just keen to separate the two issues. I think that one has to be fixed. I don't think there's any question on that. Like, this is a different game now.
If they'd fix that right away, people wouldn't be going on and on about this.
You shouldn't be locked out of a third-party account because you've linked it to one particular platform holder. I think that's crazy. And what you just said makes sense. If it's original contract stuff based on the old school Fortnite thing, I kind of get that, but that needs to be sorted out.
Yeah, but if Sony had just like stopped this massive thing that's happening now with crossplay, probably wouldn't even exist, because they'd have, if this Fortnite thing had just blown over and they said, yeah, you can play, you can carry your stuff over and play on Switch as well if you want, that would have been fine. But because that has now reared its head, even I'm thinking, oh yeah, actually, crossplay. I didn't really realize that I wanted it, but now I really do want crossplay. That would be amazing. As I said on the WhatsApp group, I would love to play Red Dead Redemption 2 at the best possible experience, which seems to be Xbox One X. But I'm going to be getting it on PlayStation 4 because nearly everyone I know has a PS4. But I mean, maybe that's what Sony want, and that's what it's working perfectly for them. And hearing me say that, they're like, we're making the right decision.
And I guess another consideration for them, we talked about it earlier. Yeah, right now Fortnite is the hottest shit on the planet. In a year's time, it isn't going to be. It will be something else, or it might be nothing. Like it doesn't. The mind share that has right now in terms of kind of casual gamers and even people that don't really play video games, that baton doesn't necessarily need to pass on to something else. This very much could fizzle out. And then you're kind of left in a situation where yes, it would be very nice, and it's always been a kind of a pipe dream since Xbox Live really took off and Sony got their own online service up and going, that the two platforms would intermingle and that we could play together. But it never really seemed realistic to me, and it never really seemed like something that would happen. But clearly the zeitgeist has changed so much, and the way that Xbox are working with Nintendo and putting out joint adverts and things like that, you do get the sense that I'd be very surprised if the high level conversations happening at Sony right now aren't edging towards, okay, need to fix this. This is the direction that we need to go. But stuff like that takes time. It's not just something that, as easy as it is to send out a tweet to say, oh, we're ready to do this, Well,
what's his name? Sean Layden
as well.
Sean Layden, the guy in charge of Sony Entertainment Europe or whatever it's now called, is because it all got restructured. He said, like, we're listening, which is more than saying nothing. So, but the thing is, Sony are going to be wanting to please their shareholders. Yeah, we're listening to all this shit you're sending us, but we kind of have to do what our shareholders want.
The thing is, like, it already works. Like, everyone knows, like, even for Fortnite, when it worked for like a week, and nobody even realized it. Yeah, like, that's so cool. I think I would love to see the Aaron Sorkin written movie based on this whole fucking Epic versus PlayStation thing. Like, it'd be super interesting to see, like, if that was real. Like, do you think that was like a planned thing? Do you think that was actually by accident?
I don't think it was. They'll have known it.
So the inaccessible account stuff.
No, the fact that
or the crossplay going live.
Yeah, the crossplay went live for like a week.
Because that's not even what people want. People just want to be able to play the game on PlayStation and have your progress carry over, right? But like, I guess they just want to make money. No, I guess you're right.
What do you think, Flighty? As coming from a PC gamer, do you give a crap about crossplay?
I mean, myself personally, I don't, but I also like that doesn't mean that I don't care. Like I understand the desire that other people have to have it, and I think that they should absolutely have had their shit together before they even said anything about it. And I think like making it available before they even said anything about it is probably it sounds more like a like a back end thing, a back end reason as to why they did that for testing reasons as opposed to marketing reasons.
Yeah, I don't know if they allowed the crossplay to happen for a week or so. Although it was only with matchmaking, I don't think it was like you couldn't just have your friend, your Xbox and PS4 friends. You couldn't like link them together in the lobby and then go in.
Yeah.
But
well, that's the thing. And this is kind of where I'm getting at, I guess. There just seems to be a lot of simplification of this argument going on and some misunderstandings as well. Like, even if crossplay does happen, that doesn't mean that the two platforms are going to speak to each other in the way that you would if you were playing just on Xbox Live with Xbox Live friends or just on PlayStation with PlayStation friends. Like, maybe in the future at some point, like, Sony and Microsoft won't hate each other enough to, to want to actually have a joint kind of platform or platform that talks to the other one. But right now that isn't going to happen. You're not going to be able to invite, like, literally, browse Xbox friends on your PlayStation and stuff like that. And then even if Sony does decide to go and do it, that doesn't necessarily mean that every game is going to do it. It'll be good for the games to have the option, but I think there'll be this assumption that every game is just magically going to have this. And I think there's a lot of considerations, like a lot of platform. A lot of developers might want to segregate those platforms for some reason. Like if you look at the kind of piece, I'm sure the Fortnite already does this, but they must be separating people.
PC, I think if you've got cross-platform team, then you'll be against other cross-platform teams.
But so could I, if I'm playing my Switch, could I potentially play against a PC person who's using a mouse and keyboard?
Don't think so.
Yeah.
When I go on Switch, if I click play, it says that I'm always I'm going to be meeting other people from Switch. On the Switch.
Exactly. And that's a key example of where actually, as much as it's nice to play with people from other platforms, Switch, like, I imagine Fortnite's a very different game on PC to playing it on handheld Switch. Yeah. Like I said, I think the bottom line is that Sony does need to sort it out. The optics right now are fucking terrible. I would love to know what the conversations are at a high level in terms of what the policy is going to be over the next few weeks and few months. Obviously, I got the impression from E3 that they're very much gearing up for a console reveal next year, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that's going to be top of mind to them as well, because whatever promises they make in this generation, assumingly they'll need to carry on to the next. We don't know what that looks like.
If they did a console reveal and be like, yeah, and you can also play against Xbox players with this, they would. I mean, Xbox would want it, but also surely Sony would. You'd be like, oh well,
sure, but then.
People will be making a jump from Xbox to PS4. They'll be like, if I can play against other Xbox.
Yeah, but that's them revealing their hand to Xbox then, isn't it? So they'd have to ask Xbox, is it okay if we do this at E3 because we're launching a new console, which Sony's never going to tell them when and how they're going to launch a console, That's pretty key information. So yeah, interesting stuff.
I'm glad it's been said. Glad it's coming out in the open. That's like... Apart from that, there's nothing really like restrictive. It's all about business. That's all it is. It's just money. It's nothing it doesn't help the game. It doesn't help anyone. It just helps them make money. Fuck them. God, if Manny was here.
Hey, what's the deal with Rocket League? How is that structured? Like when you play on, did we just talk about that? Was I not paying attention?
No, I haven't spoken about Rocket League yet. But so with Rocket League,
that's a good 20 minutes. You haven't spoken about Rocket League.
I love Rocket League. Let me talk to you about that.
Talk about that. We've had a Life is Strange section at the beginning. Now it's Rocket League.
So yeah, the Rocket League is cross-platform. It's difficult to tell. All you can do is tick a box to say whether you want to be cross-platform or not, and then the only kind of feedback that you get that I can tell as to what platform you're playing against is if you look at the icons that people have on Switch, they tend to be, you'll basically see your Switch icons wherever you've currently got as your kind of profile icon. But anybody that doesn't have that and just has a really generic looking, it's kind of like the insignia of the developer of the game. You know that they're on a different platform, and that was the same with PlayStation as well, because that was PC. Like, what's really quite interesting about this argument is that in terms of this generation, like PlayStation kind of pioneered a lot with the crossplay stuff because they had a lot of games that were PC compatible, Rocket League being one of them. And it was Xbox that was kind of siloed off, and I'm not sure whether that was Xbox's choice because they were in the wilderness at the time, not really knowing what direction to take, or whether that was Sony saying, actually, you know what, if you want to release Rocket League on our console and have it play with PC, you better not let Microsoft have a sniff of that, which based on recent weeks seems likely. But yeah, you definitely play cross-platform on it. I've got to assume that if I'm playing on a PS4, I ain't ever playing against anybody on Xbox. And if Switch, Xbox, and PC are playing nice together, then I guess what that means is that the PlayStation end of things will be more and more siloed off, which is obviously hidden by the fact that they have the biggest market share. But obviously, going into a next gen, that stuff will change. There's a lot of considerations.
I saw one.
Yeah, you should play Rocket League.
I saw one person say that they thought that because like the weekend that Fortnite came to the Switch, they gave some PS Plus exclusive skins to people who played Fortnite on PlayStation. But there's almost like, oh yeah, but you can't have that on Xbox. You can't see those PlayStation skins on Xbox. But apparently, people who played against someone with those skins on PC, they just saw the kind of the generic skins that was just hidden. So so I don't
so
know
it's the same again. If you look at Rocket League, when it came to Switch, you could get a Mario car and a Metroid car. So if you're playing on a Switch, you very much see those cars for what they are. If you're playing against somebody else, they're a similar kind of shape, but obviously they don't look like a Mario car and they don't look like a Metroid car. So for online games like this, I think that stuff's pretty easy. That skin file looks different for a different platform, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right. Well, have we got any questions? I don't think we have. Oh, we've got something to do.
Yeah, so we've got some kind of church notice stuff to do. So did we do a gay? A gay
a gay of the week?
Did we do a gay? Did we do a game of May? Because it would be like us just to not do that.
Yeah, May game of the month.
Who's got the list? Have you got the list?
Games in 2018.
No, I've got that list. Have we got our list? Because I'm keen to keep a list so that when it comes to game of the year, we're not fucking spending.
Yeah, well, January was Celeste, wasn't it?
Yeah.
February.
Should have a list. Where's the list?
I don't know. February was Kingdom Come. No.
Ben doesn't even know where the fucking interstitials are, right? Jesus
I don't know. Why would we have a list? February was Metal Gear Survive, I think.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Okay. So, do we reckon we have them for May? Let me have a look what the big hitters were in May.
Final Fantasy 15.
What is going on?
You shut your mouth.
What was February? I don't even know if we had one for February.
Yeah, we did. We had up until.
There weren't any good ones.
At one point, we kept waiting for everyone to play Ni no Kuni, and nobody fucking played it.
Shadow of the Colossus was February.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
March was
Monster Hunter.
I think it was Far Cry 5. Yeah, it was Far Cry 5 in March. Monster Hunter was January. And then April's was Hello Kitty Cruisers, I think. I don't know what this one was. Maybe I'm trying to look at the games that Yakuza 6 maybe. No, God of War, wasn't it? Yeah.
Probably.
April God of War. Yeah. 20th of April.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Not a bad game at all. May was. Did we? Maybe we didn't actually.
I think we tried to, and then you were like, "I'm in the middle of playing games, so I don't want to choose yet."
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit. From now on, we have to have it. Doesn't matter.
It's because I hadn't finished. No, it's because Detroit. I don't think I'd played, or I hadn't finished Detroit.
Oh my! You didn't need to beat Detroit to know it wasn't going to be your game.
The first few hours of Detroit were good. That's when it went downhill.
It's just that Jesus robot man. I smash the fucker.
Okay, so May. Do you want me to tell you which games came out? Super Mega Baseball 2. Total Thrones of Britannia. I played a bit of that. Donkey Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Oh, you donkey cunt.
Conan Exiles. A Little Witch Academia. No. The Banner Saga on Windows. No, on Switch. Hyrule Warriors. Little Nightmares on the Switch. Somerset from Elder Scrolls. It's a walking simulator. Persona 3, Dancing in Moonlight. Persona 4, Dancing All Night. And Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight all came out.
The fuck? I did not know
All of them.
three.
On the
All
same
of them
day.
right there.
I love
Found
the
the
names.
winner.
Dancing in Moonlight, Dancing All Night, and then Dancing in Starlight. I wonder what the next one's going to be. Dark Souls Remastered. Detroit
Yeah,
Become
that's probably-
Human. Agony. Oh, boy. Pokemon Quest. And I think that's really it.
I vote Dark Souls Remastered. What say you?
I second that.
I say, what was that one at the beginning? Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze.
Cool.
Always a contrarian. I swear to God.
I'm not a big Dark Souls fan. It
Right,
didn't
what you
look
saying?
that Dark Souls Remastered looked like a PS3 game.
Flatty gets the deciding vote. Is it Dark Souls or Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Or State of Decay 2
fucking-
came out as well.
as I'm not familiar with either of those games, I'm going to have to use different criteria to choose.
Detroit.
So the criteria that I choose to use is based on whose face I would like to sit on, and it looks like Donkey Kong Country is the winner.
Hey! John's like, wait,
You know
what?
what? I'm not
I'll
gonna
text
get
Malum and ask him.
Yeah.
I don't know if did I don't JP in the chat. I don't know if I've ever spoken to Melon, but JP, who's a massive fan, seemed to me. I don't want to put words into his mouth, but he didn't seem too impressed with the graphics of. It didn't look like a remastered. It looks just like a. To me, it looked like a PS3 game. I've seen people playing it. It didn't look as. I'd want
The
it to look
PS3
better,
game ran at 15 frames a second, and this runs at 60. So
but
it's up to
we need
you, innit?
graphics now, don't we? It's not all about 60 FPS. It's about how good it looks. I think that's what you were saying earlier, wasn't it?
No.
Should we just give it to Agony?
No, I'll fight you.
Yeah, no.
I'll fucking fight you in the street.
Oh Jesus Christ! What is the name of that game? Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's a disgusting named game. What the hell's that about?
It's just a Castlevania clone. It's really not.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
But yeah, it's what?
Oh, Ben.
It's called
Um,
puberty.
So what we're saying, Donkey Kong, are we?
I mean, that game looks stunning and plays really well.
No, it
I
doesn't.
have no rat in this race.
Should we give it to both
Well, you've
of
already
them?
said Dark Souls.
No, we need
Oh.
one, don't we?
Yeah,
mean-
Dark Souls is great. Whatever.
Yeah, agreed.
Have you played the Donkey Kong as well?
I have
The
not.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
I mean, I up to you, but just from what I've seen,
Have
I
you
haven't-
finished it, Ben? How far into it are you?
I restarted it because I wanted to play as
Oh, right.
that
Why?
Funky Kong.
Mhm.
Because I
You have to
turned
restart
on,
the game to play as Funky, do you?
yeah, because I started it with no funky mode. It's fun. I mean, I don't. It's up to you guys. You choose.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't like either of those games. I think Dark Souls 3 is a better game all around.
Yeah.
And I don't think the lore of this fucking game with their rusty keys and whatnot meaning so much. Oh, you didn't read the wiki about the keys meaning something? Oh,
Gotta
you
read
missed
the
out on
essays,
that.
I'll send you some good YouTube accounts later. Just give it to Donkey Kong. I don't give a shit.
Donkey Kong is our May. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is our
Wait,
May
can Donkey
game
Kong-
of the month.
Both of those games were remakes, right?
Yeah.
Just straight.
Yeah.
Well, it's either
So
that or we have to give
was
it to
there-
Conan Exiles, and that's not happening.
Wait, what games came out last? Fuck.
Oh,
was last
State,
month.
it's
So-
either that or State
so-
of Decay 2, and no, not State of Decay. Or
I'll give
Detroit.
it to
Right.
Detroit.
That was a bad month, wasn't it, for
June.
games?
I'm going to tell you the options for June. Right, it is not a great month. Okay,
Fallout Shelter.
I'm not going to do a Benders where I read games that none of us have played. Did anybody play Vampire?
I
No, but I've
really
heard
wanted to.
Good things about that, actually.
I think it looks shit.
It's
Uh,
Don't Nod.
Yeah, must be good.
Anybody play Unravel?
Nope.
No, I heard it's really
I've
short.
watched people play it.
Yeah, what do you think? Blighty,
Hollow
when you-
Knight came to
any good?
Switch. Jurassic World Evolution, which is really bad.
Mobile phone game on PC. Ooh, RBI Baseball 18. What's RBI
Mario
stand for?
Tennis, which, like we said earlier, is good at the core, but not much to it.
Hunting Simulator. Lego The
Nier
Incredibles.
Automata came to Xbox, so technically that could.
Didn't you play that Lumines remastered?
Yeah.
Oh, how was it?
I did. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
the classic puzzle game. I haven't really got that into it yet, but it's really, really good. From what people tell me.
Yeah.
It's very much loved.
Oh,
Inside and Limbo came to Switch.
don't forget
Crash
Captain
Bandicoot
Spirit.
came to other consoles.
Captain Spirit is out.
So yeah, there's not a hell of a lot to
Yeah,
really.
Captain Spirit's gonna win.
The Crew 2.
So
God, I
Captain
watched,
Spirit is not on this list.
I watched a quick
It's
play
not
of.
on this list. What day did that come out?
You have to go on.
You have to
Wikipedia.
scroll down all the way to the winners of that section.
No,
Go on the Wikipedia. The Crew 2 came out. I watched a quick play of that. That looks terrible.
Oh right, yeah, that did. So that came out on the 26th. So if you think it's really that good, you could put that for the winner, and I'll just trash it at the end of the year if you want.
Oh, I will.
Oh, all the games that come out are getting added. This is just our monthly award.
Oh Ben, that's what we're trying to avoid.
No, it's
If it wins
fun.
the
I love
monthly
that
one-
really long podcast we had. Blighty,
So my
any of
vote would
those?
be for Hollow Knight on the Switch.
Yeah.
I will go for Hollow Knight on the Switch as well. Are we voting right now for real?
I'll
yeah,
go
I vote
for.
for that.
I'd go for. Like Mario
Always the
Tennis.
contrarian.
Well, yeah, I just didn't like Hollow Knight. I haven't got into it that much. I'm gonna have to give it another go, but it didn't.
Yeah, you didn't get into
Resonate.
Fortnite that much. Remember that? Remember that conversation, Ben?
Yeah.
Hey, minds can change. Minds can change.
God.
You might like Hollow Knight, next month or the month after.
Exactly. And I shouldn't be patronized for it.
You know what?
You will be.
What about Muv-Love?
You
Can we get
will be, Ben.
Muv-Love on the Vita?
be.
I'm gonna go for Shaq
I always say I
Fu.
was born this way. I was born hating Fortnite or loving Fortnite. I forget my stance every once in a while.
Ben, what are you saying?
I'm gonna say Mario Tennis Aces.
Okay. Flatty, what are you saying?
I'm gonna abstain.
Oh, okay.
It's
Wait,
Hollow Knight then.
Wait,
Good for
whose
you.
face do you want to sit on? Mario or the little boy from Hollow Knight?
Oh God. Well, I mean,
He's got like a skull mask.
Hey,
it's all- it's all-
Mario's a
it's all
married
about
man.
legality at that point, and also, there's nothing wrong with a mustache, right? So,
Exactly. All right, Melon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hollow Knight, which came out last year, is our 2018 game of the month.
Well, I mean,
in terms of the,
Shadow of the Colossus won February, so
but
it's
that
a
was
bad
built from the
year
ground
for
up,
games,
so
isn't it?
shut down.
This entire year is just gonna be remakes winning.
Yeah. I mean, although this
Yeah, but
next
this
month,
is the
I think-
remake. This literally came out last year, and this is the same thing. It just come to Switch. But it was such a terrible month that we had to go for it. In terms of July, this is what we're looking at. We've got a remaster of Red Faction Guerrilla coming out on the 3rd. It's called Remastered Edition because it's set on Mars.
God.
You've got
Yes.
Vermintide is coming to Xbox. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is coming out.
I played the demo for that. It's cute.
Octopath Traveler will be out, so
So our game of the month
that'll be
next month will
game
be
of the month.
Octopath Traveler.
Sonic Mania Plus is coming out, so that could be a contender for second place, I reckon.
No Man's Sky is
No
coming
Man's
to
Sky is coming to
Xbox.
Xbox along with the big update, so hopefully we'll be playing that.
Hmm.
Banner Saga 3,
Hmm.
and that's about it, really.
Titan Quest. Sonic Mania
Summer, isn't it,
Plus.
isn't it?
You missed that one, Jordan.
Didn't totally read that out.
Did you? Oh,
He did.
I wasn't listening to you.
y'all are a trip.
Great podcast.
I
host.
just like looking at the games for the rest of this year, though. There aren't any good ones apart from Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man.
Everyone's getting out of the way.
Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 comes out in September. Okay.
So, if you look at the
Saved.
unscheduled releases, there's quite a few in there, so hopefully those come out. I quite like the look of the new Air Combat game, or Ace Combat game, I should say.
Aircon.
Bloodstained, if that comes out this year. So as much as you were joking about that, I'm really looking forward to that game.
Bloodstained. I thought it's already out, isn't it? The one about the month
Bloodstained, yeah.
or the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh no, vagina.
No, I'm just. Why would you play a game?
Oh no.
I don't like
Dragon
talking
Quest
about
Builders 2.
vagina.
No.
I'll hopefully play Ni no Kuni 2 by the end of this year.
Jesus Christ, Ben.
And
No, they made a hard mode, right? They
Yeah.
released a hard mode.
because it was quite easy when I played it actually. If I can play it well, then of course it's just cost 4. Hitman 2. Okay, there's game of the year. Sorted. Hitman 2. All right.
All right,
We done?
guys. I'll see y'all next week
Yeah.
or in 2 weeks.
Well, thank you
What-
to everyone for joining. Thanks for Flighty who joined us on like 3 minutes notice.
I literally woke up like 2 minutes before I joined. You're welcome for my incredibly important contributions to this entire podcast.
No, it's great. This is the Jordan Reese show with us as extras. So thank you very much for coming. How can we find you, Flighty, if we want to listen to you?
Find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/thatflightybroad. I may actually go for some Darkest Dungeon here very shortly and
Nice.
kill people who show up. Also find me on Twitter, THT_FlightyBroad. Yeah, those are places you can find me.
Yeah, and talk to her about whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Exactly.
Jordan.
Jordan, how do we find you if we wanna?
Drop me a tweet.
How do we drop you a tweet?
Twitter.
At Immortan Jord.
All right. And Andre, how do we find you?
You
Only
come
fans.
at me at my house. Come to Brooklyn. Next time you was in Brooklyn, let me know, and I'll let you sleep in my bathroom.
Did you vote for that lady that won?
You have a bathroom? What kind of luxurious apartment do you live in Brooklyn?
Are you
It's
in
actually I have only I have 2 half bathrooms. So together
Wait, what?
they form one full bathroom.
You have 2 sinks and 2 toilets.
Is
No, I have one room with just a toilet in it and one room with a shower in it. So I consider that like
and that's
Oh,
all the bed
perfect.
in as well.
Perfect.
Are you anywhere near Queens?
No.
Oh.
Jesus
You'd like to be.
Christ. I'd rather be dead in Brooklyn than alive and thriving in Queens.
Oh no, I saw that lady that got voted. That she seemed kind of interesting.
I don't vote, man.
Oh.
I'm American. I never vote.
Oh dear. All right.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, follow me as well on I'm at Bigus Abenas. But you're probably
But yeah,
you're watching this live.
I'm gonna
just-
make movies on everything. Go do that.
Yeah, go follow him. I'm gonna be going offline for about 20 minutes, but when I come back, I'm gonna be playing a game called Wreckfest. Wreck yourself.
That'll be
don't
fun.
check yourself or whatever. And I'm gonna be smashing cars and running people over on lawnmowers and things. It looks like a really fun game.
Yeah.
All right. And thanks to everyone in the
All
chat
right,
for being there. There were quite a few like lurkers that are at the end have just said, "Hey, thanks, great show." So thank you very much. You can find us on iTunes as well. Type in click play. Next week we'll be back. I'll be back with Flighty. I'm guessing are you around next week, Flighty?
Yes, indeed.
Excellent. And join us hopefully with Mellum and another streamer or two for the Twitch Play podcast. And I'll bring those two above me, Jordan and Andre, back in 2 weeks and find out what they thought of the winner of the World Cup. Will that be next? I think that might be next Saturday, the day before.
14th or the 15th, isn't it? The final?
Oh, so that'll be kind of maybe even be during the podcast.
Just before the show. Yeah. And we would have played Octopath by then as well. So we'll talk about that for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Stick around. We'll send a host over, even though they'll only be hosting them for like 20 minutes. But catch you later, boys and girls and people.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.